Hello everybody, my name is Guillaume, I'm French, as you can hear, and in today's video I want to show you how to draw acid stuff with Affinity Designer. Let's go!
Let's see how to do these 5 artworks. The first one is a simple smiley with 3 eyes and a little smile. The first thing to do is to draw a circle. I hold shift to keep the ratio good. I get rid of the stroke. I add a color to my circle. I center it on the artboard. And then I'm going to draw the 3 eyes. So I still use the circle tool. I give it a color, choose a color, then I duplicate the eye with holding Alt and dragging it where I want to drag. I choose my 3 eyes. I align them. I group them with Command G or Control G if you're on Windows. Put it in the middle of my artboard. And then to draw the smile, I'm going to use the Crescent tool. As you are going to see, Affinity Designer has a lot of very useful tools that will allow you to draw multiple things without having to use the Boolean operators. I hold Shift to keep the ratio, and then I rotate it by holding Shift. It allows me to have something nice with 90 degrees. Oops. I put it in the middle of my face. So if you're happy with it, you can leave it like that. But I really want just to have a small smile. So I'm going to use the node tool. The shortcut is A, just like in Illustrator. And when you use the node tool, when you click on your smiley, you can see that you have two red handles, and these are for the upper part of the crescent and the lower part. If you want, you can just make a circle, but what we want is to draw something like this. I choose my stroke color, and then here I am. I have a nice little smile. If you want, you can enlarge it. You can play with the stroke. It's as you want. So here we are. We have made our first artwork, which is a smiley. Then we're going to see the second one, the minimalist planet Earth. To draw it, I will still use the circle tool. Is it the ellipse tool? Sorry, I use it in French, so I don't have the good vocabulary. I choose a yellow stroke, and then to draw the curve, I will reuse the crescent tool. As you can see, it's very useful. So I try to draw by holding shift. So I'm drawing a crescent of the size of my circle, and then I choose it. It's the same thing that I used for the smiley. I just click A. I use the node. Sorry, I use the node tool, and then up. I just choose the length of my crescent. I click Command C, Command V to copy paste. I drag it just to try to do something with the same amount of space. I'm not really, I don't do this very, how can I say it? I don't, I could have drawn things to make sure to have the really same space, but since it's a tutorial, we won't go really deep into this. I will show you in another tutorials how to do this in a proper way. And then I choose my the two crescent I created. I copy and paste, then I rotate them, and I align them on the right side of my ellipse. So you can see that I have something really nice. I then choose them, copy and paste. I rotate them. I have something really nice, and I just want to add another line, so I use the pen tool. The shortcut is P, just like another time in Illustrator, and then I draw my center line, and I have a nice little earth. I can I can I can draw another line if I want, but I will stick to this for today. Then the emoji with the sun in the background. The first thing that we are going to do is to draw the sunshine in the background and use the rotate tool, and then we are going to copy and paste our little smiley. So to do this, I will use the square star tool and draw a little star over there. I center it, and then I can choose the amount of cutout. The more cutout there is, the little the radius is, and the more cutout and the less cutout there is, the radius will be bigger. So I choose something between around 50%, and then I will add 15 sides. You can play with the numbers, of course. I'm just showing you what I enjoy to do. So 15 sides. I get rid of the stroke. I use a color, and then to rotate the lines in a direction, I will use again the node tool. Sorry, you have to convert it to curves first, and once you convert it to curves, by clicking on the node tools, you can see that you have all the nodes, and you can use them apart and do the things you want with it. So I go back at the initial state. What I want to do is to move only the outer points. So I choose them all, and by clicking on Control, you can see that there is a little minus under my pointer. So I will just unselect the points that I don't need, and now you can see that I only have these ones. I click again. Oh, I'm sorry, it was not the good thing. I choose them all, I get rid of them, and now I can distort the envelope as I want. But it's not what we want to rotate them. So in order to do this, I have to go to Transform, then click on the Transform mode. I choose an origin, which is the center, but you can move it anywhere you want, but the center is good for what we are going to do. And then I'm just going, sorry, sorry. So let's do it again. We choose everything, we get rid of them, we transform, we keep the rotation origin in the center, and then with this handle, you can rotate in a way or another the outer point of the shape. So once you're glad with your with your shape, sorry, you can click on your smiley, copy it and paste it in the center of your artboard, and then click Command Shift to resize it and put it in the center of your design. As you can see, the stroke is scaled with the design. You can disable this by unclicking Scale with Objects, and once you do this, you will see that the stroke gets bigger and bigger. It's up to you what you like to do. And then I copy and paste this one. So, and put a stroke just to have a nice little circle inside. It's up to you. You can also do it bigger, or you can, of course, put a stroke directly on your ellipse. And now we have this little smiley inside of your kind of sun. I think it's nice. Then you have the smiley with the stars. So this one is really simple. You just have to go to the star tool, click and drag to draw a nice star. Once again, I center it on my artboard. I choose not a stroke for the first one, but a color. I add, let's say, 10 points is good. I change the inner radius to draw it a little bigger. Let's have 15 points. 16, like 15. And once you're happy with this, the first one in the foreground, we are going to draw the one in the background. So I copy paste. I choose the one in the background. I get rid of the color. I choose the stroke color, and then I'm going to add some points. Once again, it's up to you. Once you think you have the good one, you keep it. And once again, we are going to copy and paste our little smiley right into our star, scale it down by clicking Command and Shift. And here we are, but it doesn't seem like it's really centered, so I group it. Ah yes, and now it's centered. As you can see, this one was really simple. And the last one, which is kind of a grave shape. That's maybe not. So to draw it, I use the square tool. Then I choose a color as we done before. I draw a nice ellipse by holding Shift to go from one side to the other one. I choose both objects, and then I click on the add operator. That makes me a nice object which combines the ellipse and the square. Then I will draw the inner stroke. So I copy paste this object. I click Shift and I press Shift and Command. Then I try to do something a little bit smaller with a nice curve. This one, I like this one. I get rid of the color. I add a stroke, and then I copy my smiley again, paste it, Command Shift. I choose a stroke color to differentiate the smiley and the background. Let's add a little bit of thickness to the smiley. Yes, I like this one. And then I use the artistic tool. You have two kinds of tool, the frame text tool and the artistic text tool. For this one, I will use the artistic one. Type my text, choose a color. I want it to be capitalized, so I go to text capitalization, all caps. I like maybe I will choose another font, an Arial black. I copy and paste, rotate. And the final thing is to add the stars. As you guessed, we are going to use the star tool again with only 4 points this time. Let's draw a star. Make the thickness smaller. The star tool is very practical also, because once you click on the node tool, you have different things you can play with. The edge and the length of the radius. For this one, I want a really thin one. I put the color. I want a really small radius, sorry. And I click Alt and drag my stars where I want them to shine. And there you are. You have a nice little grave with your smiley on it. So this is it for this first tutorial. I'm going to improve my English and my vocabulary because I'm not that good, but I promise you I will do better next time. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me in the comments which shapes you want to see, and I will try to do them for you. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. See you soon. Bye.